Well, welcome to another edition of Dmv Sport Show. My name is Rashawn McGee. We got a great show for you today. I almost forgot. It's Saturday. It's Saturday. That's right. Here's Saturday for to hear the sports that you want to hear on your weekend. I'm your host, Rashawn McGee. We got a lineup that you wouldn't believe. I got some ups and, of course, some down news that I don't want to produce, but I have no choice. I got to give it to you. So what we're going to be talking about is the Washington Commanders offense, defense, what players are shining, what players not. I can't give you anything less than right. So here we go, folks. This is the one moment that I can tell you, and you won't believe. Got some good news for the Washington Commanders that you and the whole world needs to see. So, with that being said, also, before we get into that, we got some more news. We got the Baltimore Orioles, 45-29 is their record. They're going against the Seattle Mariners right now at home in the Birdcage. Right now the score is 2-2, but I'm pretty sure the Birds are going to fly through. Also, I got some really horrible news. The Washington Commanders traded Bradley Beal to the Phoenix Suns for Chris Paul. Chris Paul doesn't want to come to Washington, so we ship him back. And they went to yes. Welcome, Maryland. How you doing?
Right.
I haven't finished. There's a whole bunch of stuff I need to get through. Not only did they trade Bradley Beal to the Commanders, they traded Porzingis to the Celtics. They made Kuzma a free agent. And then on the 22nd of June, the NBA draft came through. And we selected the player I wanted with joy. To turn out, I was disheartened. They sent him to Indiana Pacers for a Frenchman that they have not seen before. My initial point now is I'm not a Wizard fan. So hard to say. I am deeply hardened in hearing this horrible thing that I just said. But moving on, we also got some really great news out of most of all this. The USA men's soccer team is in the Gold Cup chance for a gold stage. They beat Mexico 3-0. They beat Canada 2-0. And now the match day tonight at 10 p.m. they take on Jamaica. In the beginning of 3-game match. Jamaica's first. St. Kitts and Nevis is second. And the third game is Trinidad and Tobago. And in October, they will play Germany and Ghana for the last of the 2 games of the final goal stage. This is monumental. This is the first time USA soccer men's soccer team has ever been in this goal stage. This is a game of the century. With that being said, let's talk Washington Commanders. The Washington Commanders are in a really great stage of the preseason talking points. Training camp, folks. Training camp is July 29th through August. Hold on. Let me make it accurate. July 20. Let's. I'm getting the information now. July 27th through August 19th. Training camp is. And if you want to get your free tickets, go ahead, get your free tickets because, yes, your host will find a way to be there. And we'll go for the very first time in his whole history of being alive. He will go to the training camp, which is just 1 hour away from where he lives. 1 hour. I can taste it. I'm going. But most likely, I'll probably be at the Saturday one. Thursday and Friday, I'm probably not going to make it. But Saturday, definitely, 100%, I'm going to be there. Yes, because my birthday, folks, my birthday is 10 days from August 1st. 10 days. And I can honestly say, that I'm not dreading my birthday. I'm celebrating it before and after. So come out and celebrate my earliest birthday on Saturday the 29th. And we will have the best time of our lives. With that being said as well, let's go ahead and get into the... I know that you're starting to get tired and sleep because I'm talking about my birthday. Let's talk about the news. All right. The news is that, Logan Thomas is healthy. He is so healthy. Cole Turner is joining him in the healthy stage, and they're both lighting it up. The other thing is the rookies. Quan, the guy from University of Illinois, is starting to feel at home. There's some good news about Chase.
That's good.
There's some really great news about Chase. There is a really good optimism. Now, there's some really good news about Jamin Davis. They want to see his trend upward. I think he probably would be shining as well. Sam Cosmi, they believe that he should be a guard versus a tackle, and he's embracing that move inside. So is that a good thing? I think so, because it actually gives them leverage to try out new tackles so that way they can have stability on both sides. Then you don't have to worry about the inside terrier. You can just worry about the outside. But moving him inside is a great thing. Now that Logan Thompson is healthy, they still have questions about quarterback. And what now Jacoby Brissett is doing, he is giving some Sam Howell, some good information of quarterbacking. Again, I don't think Sam Howell is the right fit for us just by the information that's being given. Like I said before, we should have kept Taylor Heineke. There's some really great things about Antonio Gibson. They can't stop him in practice. He is the primary key in this offensive that Eric Bieniemy is implementing into the Commanders. I think this Commanders is more dangerous with the addition of Chris Rodriguez, who is a north-south runner, which we desperately need in a 3rd and 5 type of situation. I think if we allow ourselves to put this guy as a 2-back system, I guarantee you we will have a better offensive line. We still have maybe... So I think we're probably going to use Kashmir Allen as a wide receiver. And we're going to use Antonio Gibson as a wide receiver to really give the defense fits. I think I like this. I like this offensive mindset that Eric Bieniemy is implementing. The only problem is the first game of preseason will tell us whether we are serious or dangerous. I think that is the most striking information of nervousness that I can actually say. Because if you look at certain things like the offense because if we look at, let's look at, where is it? I think there was a game where I was completely shocked. Well, I'm just going to take the Eagles game last year. We were well prepared last year in that game, Monday night game. And not only did we dominate, we crushed the crap out of the Monday night stats. I think the pieces we got right now fits exactly what Ron Rivera wants us to do. It's mending everybody together is where I'm most concerned of. And that's the problem I'm having here. The problem is we never had problems with talent. It was coaching it together to be where it needs to be.
Yeah.
So with that being said, I'm gonna turn the question over to you, Marilyn. What do you think about all this players, talents? Do you believe that the offense is as good as the coaches think there could be coming game one against the Cardinals?
Well, like you said, when they go to the preseason game, they're going to find out. And it takes, they're going to be nervous at the first of the game. Because, Cardinals, whoever, it's going to be, and then when they simmer down, and they know, it's going to rock, man. They're going to be fine. They're going to rock and roll. They're going to go. That's it.
Right.
I got to say, yeah. But I am looking to make sure, they're going to click together. And that's one thing you definitely have to have. It doesn't matter how much talent you got to have them. They got to click. So, not like robots.
No, I totally agree with you.
Don't just go through the motions. I know they're not doing that because they're excited. They want to win. They want, like I just posted today about Jahan Dotson, and he's going up for that football. He's thinking about money,
Right.
Like, yeah, I'm going to get it. I'm going to get it. I'm like, go, buddy. That's right.
Right.
I think they are just fired up. And that's what I like.
Well, I totally agree with you. And all the stuff that you have just mentioned, I believe also that the the news about both offense and defense is coming out good. Of course, my stance on what I'm worried about. I think the good news about how they're doing the OTAs is understanding the system. If the system is that easy to learn and that component that they want to heighten is the intensity, I think they're going to be okay. On the offensive side, there's so many what ifs.
I was going to say this about the offense, and we're talking about a quarterback who knows they wasn't supposed to do that. Well, sometimes the quarterback's going to get out there and they're going to have to change while they're in charge.
Right.
They're going to have to be the leader.
Right.
And it's not always going to be by the book. Now, if any coach doesn't know that, then they can just go sit on it. And what everybody knows. As for Sam, I think, and he does, and they even had it on the video had it online, and they all three were in there, and they were talking about it. And Benny even said, he would do something and corrected himself.
Right.
And that's a good thing. That's good.
Right.
But when he gets in there, like I just said, there are going to be times where he's going to have to, choose. And he's going to have to, put that ball where it belongs.
Very true. No, very true. We just got another caller. This is the host of the Enhanced Sports Show, co-host, none other than Louis Tenor. How you doing, Lou?
Thank you, thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Always got to give you an introduction when you come in. We were just going over the positives of the offense and defense being coming out of training camp. OTAs with the additions of the additions of the youngsters who were being drafted, as well as the veterans that were on the team prior to that. Now, the offense and defense have both equally have positive views. Mostly the defensive side because of how well they stopped the offense. The only question that remains, as many have always said during this point in time, is Sam Howell. Their question still remains about him. Even though, he did well last year at the end of the game of the season, as we talked about last time. But the question still remains: is he able to take over this offense and run with it? A lot of people think Jacoby Brissett is going to win the starting job. What do you say, Lou?
Which person is it?
Well, they're saying that Jacoby Brissett is going to be Sam Howell.
Is the one that's going to be our quarterback.
Yeah, but But if he wins the games, the preseason games, he go 3-0 or 2-1, and Sam Howell goes 1-2, that says a lot. It won't be Jacoby.
I think maybe if there's a winning record, maybe they might have there. But I think it's better if it's 0-2 or 0-2 and not going to happen. I think they want to go in, later season, more confident. If they have the winning record.
Well, see that. No, that's perfectly right. You're absolutely right, Lou. But my thing is, based off of the teams we're going against. Let me just go over the three teams that we're going against in the playoffs. In the preseason. I said playoffs. I apologize. I'm going to look at the schedule and let everybody know. So the first game in the preseason. All right, here we go. It's the Cleveland Browns. In Cleveland.
Okay.
This team has beaten us last year. We have a really horrible record against the Cleveland Browns. If Sam Howell does well here and distributes the ball to all the wide receivers, all the tight ends, and running backs, he will get good praise. We will beat this team. The second team in the preseason is Baltimore. Baltimore has had our number. We had their number. It's an even balanced, record. But the last few times they have won. So they're coming here to FedEx Field. The Bengals. We beat the Bengals before. We lost to the Bengals in Cincinnati. That is going to be the test of the Gladiators. If Sam Howell comes out victorious, or if Jacoby Brissett comes out victorious, it will be Jacoby Brissett because of the fact that he has a edge over Sam Howell. So, in that being said, there's so many uncertainties on offense and so many positive on offense. There's got to be a positive eliminator so that way we can go ahead and crown who's going to be quarterback for this team, because they're seeking to.
They already crowned him, Bristol. See, that's what I'm upset about.
Yeah.
Well, see, I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying, Marilyn. No,
that
I
he's going to be a quarterback that is fun. You don't do that.
yeah, I understand what you're saying. You're right. They already named him starter, but remember what happened when Taylor Heineke was named the starter, and then after the preseason game, they said, "Oh, Carson Wentz is going to be the starter." Do you understand what I'm saying? They can change it with anything. They can say anything to us and
Yeah,
then
they
change their
can.
mind at the end. They've done this before.
Yes, they can.
They said this one time before that Taylor Heineke is his job to lose. And then what happened? Taylor Heineke was the winner of the preseason, and they went ahead and said, "No, we're just going to go ahead with Carson Wentz." Huh? That's not how it's supposed to go. But yes, that's what they said. And then they said, "Oh, we tried to reach out to Taylor Heineke, but we were too late." I mean, that's the nature of this organization. You know, we don't know. They can tell us one thing and completely blackball us and go to the next side. You know, but that's beside the point. My point is that
Well, the first is they had already paid. They were going to pay, and it was only in the contract that was according to how many games he was going to play. That was in the contract. That's why I understood why Rivera put him back in. Even after, that was after his fingers got better.
but here's the unspoken rule. If you ain't injured, you're not supposed to replace your starting player. So the starting player doesn't lose his job based off an injury. Well, he wasn't injured, but you pulled him anyway. Why? Because he wasn't throwing it down the field as much. He wasn't gunslinging it like Carson Wentz trying to gain yards. Um, he can make up yardage by running. He can make up yardage by blocking. He can bootleg. And percentage wise, if you're forcing him down the field, tossing it, you're making him throw an interception. So the plays that you have, here's where I always said that our strategy against an opponent is very, very important. If that player is in a or let's see, the offense is in a 3 wide receiver stance. Now Sam Howell, he could throw down the field, but he's thrown interceptions without without the organization said throwing it in the middle of the field. All I'm saying is that the moment we start blaming a player on certain things such as routings and play calling, we should look at the organization and how they deal with it, because they are the prime example of what we're trying not to do. We're not trying to gunsling it because we know the other team got a gunslinger too. So now we're looking at a back and forth that we probably won't be able to win. We don't want to play to the other team's strength. Somehow, some way, we always give the ball away to the other team, and then we're done. We're toast. I just don't want those things to happen when we're on a roll, and we're just more talented than last year. That's what I'm saying. We're more talented than last year. We just got to come with better ideas. And I hope the addition of Eric Bieniemy is that. That's what I'm saying. So with that being said, Cincinnati is actually the last preseason game, and that would determine whether we are moving up or moving back. We always do this.
Right, so look at come back.
Yeah, I'm here.
There you go.
It always does that to me. Always. It never fails. So what I was saying before I was cut off was that majority of our plays come from the head coaches. And sometimes the player does have faults for throwing INT. Some plays causes the quarterback to throw an INT. But what I'm saying to everybody is that we have to find a common ground to eliminate mistakes, because we don't want to give away a lot to the opposing opponent while we're trying to win a game. And we're more talented than last year, and we shouldn't have that type of problem this year. We should be more dominant.
No, we should.
We should be more. We should be more fourth running. We had the number 3 defense in the league. Offensively, we have struggled. We couldn't go past 20 points. We have averaged 19.3 points in the league, with the lowest scoring percentage in the NFL. That is what I'm saying. If they can boost up those numbers and we can be more dominant, this game is a game changer. We're going beyond places. That's my main concern. So with that being said, let's go to the next topic. The next topic is still in the Commanders, topics here. We have training camp 27 through August 19th, and training camp is by far important. So my questions to Maryland: do you think they would extend Chase Young's 5th-year option so that way we can have both bookends coming this season?
I would say yeah, because he's been busting his, busting his butt, and he's been doing really well. I've been hearing nothing but good. And if he keeps that up, and I know his determination.
That's good. I'm glad you said that, because he's been working his tail off, and I think he deserves this 5th-year option. Now, there's been a lot of reports saying that he could be going to the Colts, he could be going to the Eagles, he could be going to the Steelers.
I even heard the Bears too.
The Bears, the Bears are constantly trying to, get with him, and but I don't think they're going to get him. I think,
if they make a big offer,
I mean,
I'm gonna be upset like you.
I kind of feel I'm kind of understanding why, because I feel the same way, but let's
You know what? I'll put it this way: when you go to the camp, and you get to watch. You come back and tell me about Sam and let me know. Let me know. I've heard good. I haven't heard the bad. I've heard they're both good. In fact, they're competition with each other. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, I get what you.
Yeah, Lou, you still there?
I'm 100% listening to you right now. I'm listening.
I was like, oh,
No, I trust me. I'm trying not. I'm fighting this StreamYard and this audio right now, so that way I can stay on.
Fight a good fight.
I know. So far, I'm winning.
I'll explain that later.
Right. Got you. All right, Marilyn, go ahead, continue.
well, like I said, you know, when you get up there and you can watch them doing it, I'm definitely going to be reading, going to be looking up everything, and come back and tell me. On all of them. I don't mean just the quarterbacks. I mean all of them.
Right.
Tell me how they look. You know, it's cool. It's cool.
I think
It's gonna be awesome.
I agree with you. I think the things that are coming out of the training camp are positive. I just believe the things that that we could do better. It's got to be sound and 100% solid, because if we don't do the things that are necessary to win a game, we're gonna have the same exact season last year. All right, and that's crazy.
Well, I'm gonna let you know there's a couple of rookies that have been have come up and told the coach, the head coach, that Sam is becoming a leader. I mean, he will go up to a player and tell, hey, we need to do this or we need to do that. He's actually becoming a leader.
Yeah, that's true.
And they're all starting to like it. They like it. Or they should.
They should. You're right.
I gotta give them a point on that. Yeah.
So let's go ahead and I want to ask Lou this question, and from what I've seen over in the news, I had to ask this question because Lou is a Cowboy fan, as everybody know. And I was like, and I was like, this can't be. I mean, they would never do this. So, Lou, is it true that Mike McCarthy is taking over the play calling? Oh my gosh, that is not good, because that's going to be very bad, because he doesn't call run plays. All has been passing. And it shows his philosophy is pass first, run second. And now that means Tony Pollard, once healthy, isn't going to get the ball as much. What do you think about that?
Just so the Cowboys had all figured out, now we got this man. So much for high hopes.
Well, won't they adjust that? Say allow?
Well, not necessarily. Yeah, that's going to be a big problem, because if you look at it this way, right? If you look at it like this, the offense is thrived on passing. And when you pass, you're hoping that the defense will open up the running games for you, so that way you can run the football. But if you're passing 50 or 60% of your offense and only 40%, not even 40%, I'm not gonna get you all happy, but not even 15% of the time. You're only running the ball about 4% while you increasing your passing percentage. That could lead to interceptions, a lot of them. If the team is actually reading the quarterback's eyes and looking and double teaming your first wide receiver, that means your secondary and third wide receiver are going to be 100% covered in nickel. You can be in nickel, you can be in quarters, you can actually be in dime and still get an interception. This is actually a very, very bad thing, especially in Mike McCarthy's tenure as Cowboy. Yes, they were 13-3. Yes, they went to the playoffs and lost to the 49ers, which means that what he's going to do, since you got Brandon Cooks there, Lou, Brandon Cook might get the majority of the wide receiving catches versus CeeDee Lamb. So CeeDee Lamb is not number 1 no more. It's Brandon Cook. So CeeDee Lamb is now number 2 and could be in slot at 3. Unless you get another wide receiver to put in 3 to give you a better
Think
look.
of that, Lou.
Well, I don't have a problem with Brett being number 3. I just wasn't sure about because he was the play call. That could spell disaster. It doesn't add up.
Well,
Yeah.
they got rid of Kellen Moore because they believe Kellen Moore was calling the wrong plays, which means that Mike McCarthy is going to call the wrong plays and stick with it. So basically, you're going to have more blaming of Mike McCarthy than you have Kellen Moore in most of the games. So just imagine you're going to be probably 500 at one point. And when you become 500, a lot of people are going to question the offense rather than the defense. Now, like I told you before, your defense is not that good. And I know that for certain. The addition to that Michigan DE doesn't make you better. I think the problem is if Micah Parsons can become that Micah Parsons of a rookie, y'all have a shot. But other than that, I think y'all still are, I wouldn't say 500. I think you're just a little bit over 500, like 502. What do you think about that, Lou?
Just over 100, yeah, maybe you get that far.
I think that's true because a lot of analysts are picking the Eagles to beat you guys.
Yep.
A lot of analysts are picking the Giants to have 1 game win over you, and you can split the series 1 and 2. I don't know how you are going to fare against your record so far. I think y'all might have some good success against the AFC West, but you're not going to fare good against the East or the North, in my opinion, because I think you are not powerful on offense in the running game, and I don't think you're going to be calling the right plays when Mike McCarthy calls them. So there's going to be a little problem coming this season.
No problem.
I'm trying to be nice, Lou. You got to give me that.
I appreciate your modesty.
I'm trying to give you hope, man. I'm trying to give you hope. I don't want to completely blow it off. But I think I think the second half you might have some recovery if you get hot around November. After not basically towards the end, more likely of November to the beginning of December, because December you are pretty good. But you have to be a wild card or basically come close to it. You still have some inconsistencies on offense that, depending on who your scat back going to be. Your primary running back is Tony Pollard, but I don't know who your secondary running back is going to be. That's going to be the problem. I don't know. We'll see how training camp goes out for you guys and running your preseason games moving forward. So let's go ahead and move past that. Any more questions on the topic before we move fast? Lou? Maryland? No? Okay. Well, we're going to the Baltimore Orioles. The Baltimore Orioles are 45-29 in the AL East. They are definitely on a 2-game losing streak. That's still okay. It's not like a 12-game losing streak like the Pittsburgh Pirates used to have back in the day. But we're not gonna go forward with that. But anyway, the team they're playing right now is not other than the Seattle Mariners at home. And the score is now, from when I came on, it was 2-2. And the score now is, let's see if we can go back to that. We're just giving the little page here. It's still 2-2 in the bottom of the fifth. Pitching for the Seattle Mariners is Miller B. And at the mound right now is Mullins. Well, who's actually hitting is Mullins. So right now, bottom of fifth, it's actually 2-2 tied with 2 on first and second base. It's a really good season for the Baltimore Orioles. What do you think about the Orioles right now? Maryland, and then Luke.
No, I think they're doing great this year. Contemplating on, are they going to go to the World Series?
I'm hoping.
They should.
I'm hoping
they will.
I'm hoping because right now they have a really good record with multiple teams right now. I'm hopeful. Lou, what do you think?
Hey, this is better than last year. We would have thought this I thought maybe about my little group, but they held up. But I don't know about a World Series, but I think they'll make it the ALCS. You had one more way in the past couple of years, but I don't think they haven't been to watch the World Series. I mean, I know it's been about 400 years since one, but I think it's going to take 1 or 2 more years before you reach that level.
All right. But check this out, Lou. The last time ACS players of a team that went to the ALCS has a highest percentage of 92% to go on to the World Series. 92.
Wow.
That is a high percentage of a team who has been more dominant in the regular season has went on to the ACS and World Series, but has lost though. Here's the thing: went on and lost, but the last few years, Houston Astros improved that record by going on to the World Series 3 straight years dominant. So now they improved the percentage. It's possible that the Orioles might just break the mold and go. I'm really hoping. I'm hoping. I'm praying because October is coming around soon. That's the end of the Major League Baseball season. We got July, August, September, 3 more months, folks. And the Orioles are going to be playoff bound. Right now, they hold the wild card. If they could catch up to the Tampa Bay Devil Rays and take the title,
Well,
I'm hoping, Luke. Stop. I'm hoping. I hear you, man. I know it's a far fetched thing, but I'm hoping, bro. But your Red Sox though, and you're not a Red Sox fan. You're Yankees. 41, 41. All right, there we go. To move forward, we're gonna go ahead, and I don't want to talk about this part of the show because it's going to anger me. But I have no choice. And I know you heard about this as well because you probably was watching the NBA as well. The Wizards traded Bradley Beal to the Phoenix Suns and acquired for Paul Shipment and other draft picks. Your reactions, and I give you my reaction at the end. But go ahead, Lou. What do you think about that?
Well, I wasn't too surprised about the thing. I mean, we knew what Bayana first last night, but I think it's a little bit overhyped. I mean, we're moving around the holidays, we're playing France and whatnot, and a lot of things players in the foreign area do come from there. But it's very hard to work out. You're not going to give me some culture fans or a week week or whatnot. For all we know, it needs to be a plus. It needs to be 100 cents ticket. But, so, let's get into some summary beans, the pre-bean, before we get into something. Even the greatest thing is white bread, which is only that we show. So,
Where'd they get this guy? What team did they get him from, or did they just get him from the draft?
Well, the teams that we drafted, the players we drafted were Porzingis. He went to Boston Celtics. Kuzma, they released him, and Bradley Beal was a Phoenix Sun. In the deal, we got Chris Paul, who was the point guard for the Phoenix Suns, who did not want to become a Washington Wizard. So we dealt him back to the West, where he became a point guard for the Golden State Warriors. And in that trade to the Warriors, we got Poole. Poole is actually a 3-point specialist who learned how to shoot under Steph Curry in the draft, along with draft picks. And in the draft, we drafted everybody not everybody, excuse me. And on the 8th, we actually, at the 8th pick, we actually picked Jacoby Walker. I was so happy. And then they dashed all my hopes and dreams by sending him to the Indiana Pacers for who? An unknown French basketball player
Oh, man.
we have never heard in the whole entire NBA. I was devastated. I said this was even the draft, even the commentator said he is the most talented 7-foot player in the draft. And I'm like, okay.
He's 7'4".
I think he's 6'5". 6'5". He can shoot three, he can dominate the paint, and he can block shots. What happened? We went and got a 7-foot Frenchman who's just learning how to play basketball. And we drafted another 6-7-footer who's never played in NBA and doesn't know how to shoot. So these are just prospects, and we're going to coach them up to do what? Lose. That's right, folks. Losing streak game. Let's go. Let's tank the season all over again. We're going to win one game and lose 70. I'm hoping, because we don't deserve nothing. I am so sick of this. Oh, I'm sorry. I don't want to go further into it. My bad. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I really wanted to say the other words, but this is a family show. I will reserve my comment until the end of the show. But if you look at the stats, who got better? Who got better in the draft? I can tell you who got better in the draft. The teams who got better in the draft were in the playoffs. Charlotte got better. Cleveland got better. Miami got better. Even Oklahoma State, who never been in the playoffs, got better. The Knicks got better. Who else? I think it was Dallas Mavericks got better because Kuzma is going to the Mavericks. And there was one more team. Oh, the Spurs got better with the addition with the number one pick. They got better. It was yes, the Twins. Yes, the Pistons.
Wow.
The Pistons got better. Yes. So now you're starting to see that if you have a veteran nucleus already in the organization, the talent is going to emerge significantly. Even the Lakers could get better with the trade if Kuzma decides to go, no, I don't want to go to Dallas. I go right to the Lakers. Even the Lakers would get better because we are not going to win nothing. We might win one game, probably against the Knicks. Not the Knicks. What is that team? Boston. Not Boston. What team? Detroit. We might win against Detroit one time, and then Detroit come back and dominate us. The Hawks. The Hawks got better. We're gonna lose to everybody, so I don't expect nothing next year or this year. Nothing, because all we're gonna do is lose, and I'm gonna be so happy to show everybody. Hey, you wanted Bradley Beal gone? Well, guess what? He's gone. What do y'all do? Nothing. Trust the process. Yeah, I'll trust it when I see it. Sorry. I digress. I'm sorry. Oh, you were saying? Yeah. I shouldn't spend a lot on this topic. But there's a bright spot on all of this. The USA men's is in a gold group. The soccer team is finally made it to the gold group, and they're going to play a match of 3. They are going to play against Jamaica.
Yeah.
They're going to play against Trinidad and Tobago, and they're going to play against another team, and then in October they're going to play against 2 more teams for the gold. This is the first time the U.S. men's soccer team has ever done this. Folks, this is a monument waiting to happen.
Yeah.
We are going to go gold for the first time in 2023, and it took us a decade to get here. but we're here and we're going to surge
Yep.
forward. Unlike the
Women have
Wizards,
been
we're
winning.
we don't keep it in our international play. We vote for international players and then we tank them. That's how we do now in the Wizards organization. So
Here we go.
I'm sorry. I had to go back to it. Now, we got 3 minutes to go. What do y'all want to know? This is your time to shine. Questions from the fans. Questions from the sport analysts. What do you think?
They're good. The people are up about owners. But there's something they're worried about. So, do you know what it is, Russell?
No, I know that the owners, the owners of the NFL are going to vote on the sale of the Commanders July the 20th.
Okay.
So what do they worry about,
That's
Marilyn?
easy. That's easy for me to, because it's the day after my daughter's birthday.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Like, okay, that gives us something good.
So what are they worried about?
Mm-hmm. I don't know. I was reading, and
Mm-hmm.
how many owners are there?
There's all three. One is called Mitchell Reyes, and the other one is Josh Harris, and the last one is the well-known Hall of Famer NBA legend Magic Johnson. Magic Johnson is also the owner of the Los Angeles Lakers, and he's owner of another franchise. I forgot what it is, but he would be the only NBA player to be owner of two local sporting venues. One is the NBA, the basketball, and the second one would be football. So he would be in the books, folks. He would be the history of the history in the sporting world. And I'm okay with that. I'm not too okay with his ideas about the team. But if he comes here and produce a winning football team, I am fine with our fourth winning trophy on the mantle next to the 3 of decades. It doesn't matter how long we get there, just as long as we get there, folks. With that being said, I want to thank Lou and Marilyn for entertaining me and my rant about the Wizards. We're going to come back and talk about... no, it's okay. It's all right. I got to get it out because if I have it inside me, I'm going to go and run a mile. But in it... Huh?
They're going to have a good coach.
They do. His name is Wes Unseld Jr. He is the son of Wes Unseld, who was the basketball player who won the first championship with the Bullets, now a.k.a. the Wizards.
Wow.
I'm not too happy about him being a coach because of the fact the Wizards lost Bradley Beal. So that would being said, I'm going to say have a great weekend. You're human first, everything second. Shoot for the stars. Shoot for your dreams because you deserve it because those are your goals. And also have a great weekend.
You too.
Have fun. You know.
Hey, God bless.
God bless you
Take
too.
care.
You be safe out there. All right, Lou.
Good.
And you, thanks to you, have a great weekend. And you're human first, everything second. God bless. I'm out.